It's a time for the Pandora box versus Capcom stick. Side-by-side comparison. A lot of people requested, so let's go. Welcome to the Wicked Gamer and Collector. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. So a lot of you requested this Pandora box versus the Capcom stick, or the Capcom stick for the Pandora box. Doesn't even matter. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison. But yes, people, I know the Capcom stick have only 60 games. We're not going to talk about the game amount because this is not a fair fight. We're going to do more like an overview of the joystick, the buttons, and see, my Capcom stick already knock out. But nevertheless, we're going to do this side by side with the casing, the quality differences, and of course, how are the games running if you compare them side by side. So this is what we're going to do. I hope you're going to grab yourself something to drink, because there's going to be one long epic show and one epic battle. Alright, so round one, let's see. We're going to talk about the casing. How is the quality casing with the Capcom stick? So we're getting this fully made of plastic. The weight itself, it's not bad at all for a plastic casing. I did have in the past a plastic version of the Pandora box, and that thing was freaking horrible. But this is not bad at all. So I've got this very thick acrylic plate on it, so that is also very nice. It got this, I would say, rubbery compound. I don't know if you're going to be happy with it in the long term. I know the rubbery compounds getting a little bit sticky over time. I'm hoping this will not get sticky. And the decal itself, of course, the casing, it's a very unique design through the Capcom stick. So I think it's very unique in this case. And this is what you're going to get. So the casing itself, I don't know. I can already tell you, I used this thing on the live stream for a couple of hours. And the mainboard is getting very hot. So let's take a close look at the Pandora box and what we're going to get with this common, that basic shell. Alright, so what are we going to get with the Pandora box? This is the basic version, just want to point it out. We're having different versions. We're having, let's say, the Slim Edition. There's, let's say, half the size of this device, only it is a little bit wider. But I'm going to choose this one because simply this is the most common one. So this weighs, let's say, twice the weight of the Capcom stick, simply because we're having a metal housing. So coming back to the heat problem, or the heat issue. Also, this mainboard of the Pandora box getting really hot. First of all, we're having a fan on the mainboard itself, and second, it's a metal casing, so it gives a little bit of a cooling element to the mainboard itself. So this is what we call a win-win situation. So the acrylic plate is very thick. I think the Capcom stick is a little bit thicker, but this is more like a transparent plate with a sticker slapped on. So pretty basic. But the positive thing is, if you are having a problem with the sticker, you can peel it off and maybe order a new one and just replace it. So, is this better? I personally love this Capcom stick, the design. At first I was thinking more like a Frankenstein stick, but nevertheless, now seeing it, I think it's really beautiful. So for the design itself, Capcom wins it, but for the build quality of the stick, the metal casing, I really love the Pandora stick. And a lot of you want to know what are the differences between the sticks. So they are saying with the Capcom they are using Sanwa. This is the Chinese buttons and the official Wicked Wiggle stick. There are a little bit differences. I just want to point out there are some differences within the Pandora box versions, and most of the time when you're buying, let's say, a more expensive version, you're getting better buttons. Never compared with Sanwa, because Sanwa nothing beats the real arcade parts. But right, so the difference between the joystick, the Capcom stick, you see it feels very nice, and this got a very clicky sound to it. If you look at it, this moves perfectly. It moves just great. It got a very nice feel. And if you look at the Chinese version, non-wiggle stick, the Chinese wiggle stick. So this is one of the differences you can see with the joystick. So this is what you're going to get for your money. And of course the button. But I noticed with the buttons, very nice touch, that a really clicky touch. But still, it's a very long travel button. I don't know if you can see it. I will move the camera. This is what you're going to get with the Chinese version. A very long travel. And I can tell you, this is not a bad thing at all. Because when I'm touching the Samo button sometimes, and just even touching it, it already noticed an input. So that is what I call a small problem. Alright, so if it comes to the joystick itself, I really love the Capcom joystick. This is what we call more like a premium brand joystick. So don't stop moving, baby, honey bunny, drive me baby. Wicked wiggle, wicked wriggle. But nevertheless, but if you look at the buttons itself, yeah, I love the Chinese buttons. And I don't know, it's not doing it anymore, but when I'm doing the live stream, it was just squeaking. Oh, that was really annoying. So if you're going to turn it upside down, you can see already some differences. So first of all, the Capcom uses these, let's say, rubbery feet, and not bad at all. They give a very good grip. Nothing wrong with it. I personally really like these feet. It makes the stick a little bit higher, so that's more like your personal preference if you like it or not. But there was one thing I didn't mention in the review, and that is simply because it is not on the Home Arcade from Capcom. The Pandora box has a built-in speaker. So for example, when I'm using a monitor without a speaker built-in, or just want to use the speaker itself, there is none of the Home Arcades, so they left it out. And this is again a positive side of the Pandora box. It's just a 5-watt speaker, nothing special, but I just wanted to point it out. Alright, so let's talk about the connection and the possibilities between the two sticks. So let's start with the Capcom stick. Alright, so the connections we have on the Capcom stick is an on and off switch, input for power, micro USB, HDMI out, and we're having this USB slot. I'm guessing this is more like connecting your stick to another system, because so far I know there is no way of putting a USB stick or another thing inside the USB connection, for maybe an upgrade. Alright, so what do we have with the Pandora box? We're having the input. This is using a barrel jack with an external 12 volt 3 amp power supply, HDMI out, VGA out, and we have an analog. Yes, we have even an analog out, and just simply because if you want to use let's say a signal out, you need to combine these. If you're using VGA, you need to use the audio jack if you want to output the audio. Volume control wheel for adjusting. This is the volume control for the full mainboard. Also includes the speaker built in, and the setting button going into the settings because we can swap some things. Setting menu is not very extended. Check the reviews if you're interested in what you can swap out. And we have a USB connections, and this mainboard is just for connecting mainboard to a system like PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 or the PC. There are some mainboards that are using the USB connection for external storage. Alright, so enough chit-chatting regarding the Pandora box and Capcom. Let's do a side-by-side comparison with the gameplay. I'm going to cap them with my Elgato, and I'm going to show you. So it's no magic, it's just technology.
Round one, fight! Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
Alright, so this is what we're going to get with the Capcom stick and the Pandora box. I hope this video helped you out, and if you have any questions you can always leave it in the comments. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell to become one of this awesome community, or the Wicked Family, or I like to call it. And if you want to see more gaming of the Capcom stick, I also have a gaming channel where I'm only doing pure gameplay. See you in my next video. Yeah. Arcade time.